Tonight, we are opening up for registration. And the reason we want to do that is we have packets we want to prepare. There's no cost. But we need to know what to prepare for. So the way you register is you go to the Rock Church website, rockchurch.org, and select register under the Legacy Conference. Complete the form. We won't turn that into the IRS or sell your information, I promise. But complete the form and then click submit. And that's going to go into the office for the team to begin to prepare. There are events. We'll talk about it as we go along. But get in the game, all right, tonight. Get in the process. And we've got other folks that are going to be coming to be a part of that. But we need you to register. Everybody needs to register for that special event. So go to the Rock Church website and follow the prompts. And we'll talk about what's going on. So I'm excited for what God is doing. Another one was baptized in Jesus' name at Aroka today. Amen. Thank God. And tonight something good is going to happen for somebody. Turn your Bible. Let's go to Numbers chapter 9. If you have your Bible, join us and read. Or if you're like Moses, take your tablet out. Read or follow on the screen. They're going to have that with us. And let's start at verse number 15. And on the day that the tabernacle was reared up, the cloud covered the tabernacle, namely the tent of the testimony. Everybody say the tent of the testimony. And in the evening, even there was upon the tabernacle, as it were, the appearance of fire. As it were, indicating there's a glowing, there's just something taking place there. Until the morning, it happened all night long. So it was always. This was a continued thing. This wasn't just a phenomenon that happened one night. This happened again and again. The cloud covered it by day, and the appearance of fire by night. Whatever this was, this appearance was there every night. And when the cloud was taken up from the tabernacle, then after that the children of Israel journeyed. And in the place where the cloud abode, there the children of Israel pitched their tents. At the commandment of the Lord, the children of Israel journeyed. And at the commandment of the Lord they pitched. As long as the cloud abode upon the tabernacle, they rested in their tents. And when the cloud tarried long, everybody said long, upon the tabernacle many days, then the children of Israel kept the charge of the Lord and journeyed not. And so it was when the cloud was a few days. Everybody say a few days. Upon the tabernacle, according to the commandment of the Lord, they abode in their tents. According to the commandment of the Lord, they journeyed. And so it was when the cloud abode from evening until morning, and that the cloud was taken up in the morning, then they journeyed, whether it was by day or by night, that the cloud was taken up, they journeyed. Or whether it were 2 days, or a month, or a year, that the cloud tarried upon the tabernacle, remaining thereon, the children of Israel abode in their tents and journeyed not. But when it was taken up, they journeyed. At the commandment of the Lord, they rested in the tents, and at the commandment of the Lord, they journeyed. They kept the charge of the Lord at the commandment of the Lord by the hand of Moses. Now, let's go to the next chapter very quickly. The Lord spake unto Moses, saying, Make thee 2 trumpets of silver. Of a whole piece shalt thou make them, that thou mayest use them for the calling of the assembly, and for the journeying of the camps. And when they shall blow with them, all the assembly shall assemble themselves to thee at the door of the tabernacle of the congregation. My title tonight for a few moments is this: Are you ready to move? Are you ready to move? I don't know if you are spiritually sensitive. I got a feeling. I like what Brother Diaz made mention of a little while ago. He said since the turnover of the new year, there's something out there we're picking up on. I'll tell you what it is. God's doing something. God is moving in the earth right now. There are directly connected to the way God was meeting with man in that dispensation. And it was through the work that was done in what we know as the tabernacle. The tabernacle is actually the tent of meeting. This was the place that God had designed and orchestrated for man to encounter God. It was a place where upon the terra firma, the divine realm of heaven could come in that dispensation. There was no Sunday night altar service. There was no upper room experience. It was the one place where heaven would come down and man would have opportunity to encounter God. It was the tent of meeting. And for whatever reason, that's the way God designed. He didn't do it with some grand palace. At this point, he didn't do it through some big, gigantic temple. He did it through a mobile object called the tabernacle. And it was a simple tent of meeting. On the outside, it was not much to look at, except bad Christians and just kind of plain and ugly looking. But the power and the beauty was in the inside of that tabernacle. And it was into that simple outer shell that the glory of God, it would be known as the Shekinah or Shekinah. It would come in the presence of God. And then it would be like a glowing on the inside of that tabernacle. If you were to see it from a distance, it would be like a light behind the shade. You could see that appearance of fire and that glowing of the inner working that was taking place. 15 times, or in verse 15, it is called the tent of testimony. It was the place where things happened. It was the place where things were talked about. It was the dwelling place of God. During the day, there was a cloud of God's glory that would settle over that place of his abode. And then at night, there was this strange, whatever it was. It had the appearance of fire. It seemed to look like fire, but I think the reason it's not really called fire is it was more than fire. It was the glory. It was the glory of God that in human terms, best you can say is fire, but it's something more unique than that. And there was a cloud, the way they describe it in the day. It was whatever that was, and then at night, that supernatural whatever was hovering over that like a pillar of fire. And this tent of the meeting was the place where God would place his name. Don't overlook that. The tent of the meeting, the tabernacle, the place where God would meet with man was a place where his name was. Can I tell you, if you ever intend on being the dwelling place of God, you've got to have his name there. I could preach a good message on baptism when I took on his name. I took more than a title. I was going to become the tabernacle of the Most High God. I need a title of the Lord. I need a name of God.
Hallelujah.
The place of God is where his name is. That was where you would meet with man. It was like a roadside. It was like a business sign. You go to Chase Bank, you look for the sign. If you're going to go meet with God, you got to find out where God is. And if we are going to be the temple of God, then we're going to be the ones that God meets with. The name has got to be in our life. And so where his name was, he would meet with man, and his presence was present in the cloud and the fire. The tabernacle, as I mentioned, was the mobile house of God, with emphasis on the mobile. The tabernacle was not a permanent structure, as in on the foundation. It was not assembled with nails or screws. It was put together with such unique and specific detail that it was held together with loops and hoops and ties and positioning and weight and balance, and very, very clear details were given. And probably scholars tell us even much more in the pattern was given than is even written in the Word of God as Moses put this thing together and directed it, there were many sections. There were many minute details. There were little bitty pieces and grand pieces that had to be carried on shoulders, and others in specific bags, and others in specific carrying cases. And there were many sections, and there were many pieces. And there were people that were responsible for particular portions of this tabernacle. And it was not something you threw together like one of these party ideas where you just shake it out and it pops up. There was attention to detail. You had to get it right. You had to get the lampstand on the outside. It had to hang a certain way. Then it had to be arranged in the proper order. And all of the little knots and the little hoops and all those weird details that you rush through don't make a lot of sense. If your family was responsible for part of that, you'd spend a lot of time on those details. It was taken apart, many sections and many pieces. And then it was mold because they were moving. They were traveling. And so when you got a caravan with all of the different pieces and all of the different parts and all of the different families responsible for the different pieces, those pieces are spread out. And so now you've got to have extreme management and oversight. Because you don't just stick that knot in your pocket. You don't just stick those hoops in that pocket. Or how many did you put it? Oh, my word, I forgot. And there probably wasn't a lot of extra. Because these things have been created by the divine craftsmanship at the hand of God and moved upon these people. These items were very sacred. They weren't just from the storage room or a backpack to throw over your kid's shoulder. Johnny, would you carry this thing out? Would you carry that? No. There was a specific duty of who carried what and how it was assembled in what order. The point I'm trying to make is it was a big deal. It was an extremely delicate and tedious and very sacred process of assembling our decent. Taking apart, putting together, packing for the journey, unpacking from the journey, setting up, tearing down. Understand, this wasn't an easy event. Many sections, many pieces, many families spread out in the wilderness. I got to read. I get intrigued with weird stuff. I wanted to know about this journey and how all of this happened. I got into this Shekinah story and what that was like, the best I could find from what the rabbis teach from their Jewish perspective. And I actually learned a little bit that we kind of think of that the fire just being on top, but there seems to be this strange phenomenon that they tell their Jewish history, is that the fire would dwell over this glory cloud or this glory, whatever fire-like thing it was, would abide over the tabernacle. But it would then, when it was time to move, it would raise up through whatever supernatural thing it took. The wind, the spirit, I don't know how it all happened. I don't understand all of that. But it would move, and it would move out in front, providing almost like a video game where your kid's trying to get his car through the metropolis skyline, and he goes to take those hooks because out there somewhere is a fireball that's directing him. That's the best before Sony and GameStop ever came up with all that. God was doing that in real time, way back. He's moving in his presence. He's moving in the glory. It's out in front, and they teach that the fire would actually go ahead, and then it would come down, and that's where they knew they would go. It wasn't like they would take the tent and say, all right, there it is in the cloud. Come. They would literally follow the fire, and when it stopped, they would say, okay, right here. The Shekinah, the glory of God, it marked the spot. But when the that when he began to lead his army through Babylonia, history says that he tried to duplicate the phenomenon by keeping a tray and a grate filled with a blazing pole, and then would lift up this pole with this gigantic fire to create this supernatural effect. But I mean, what's that Hollywood set when they tried to recreate the rolling back of the Red Sea? And it was pretty impressive what they did with machines and technology. But honey, you can't compete with God. Alexander, for all your greatness, you can't compete with a great God. It was just a little Hollywood facade compared to the glory and power of God's Shekinah. And if we can gain some insight from the way it worked, can I encourage you? Don't go chasing after something and then hope God shows up where you are. Don't go chase some dream you've got and then ask for God to come bring his blessing on it. Why don't you just say, God, whatever you're doing, that's what I do. Why don't you say, God, what are you doing in the Rock Church right now? What are you doing in Sacramento? What are you doing in our family? What are you doing in our job? God, that's where I want to be. I want to be right in the Lord. They would follow the cloud and the fire, and where the cloud and fire go there, they set up camp. I asked you a question tonight, are you ready to move? What I mean by that is when God starts to move, are you ready to go with him? Are you ready to take the steps in your life that are necessary to follow after God? It begins by first being sensitive to how God is moving. Verse number 18 said, as long as the cloud arose, they rested in their tent. 9:21 said, whether it was by day or by night that the cloud was taken up, they journeyed. Now, I want you to go back with me for a minute at what I said earlier, how big a deal it was to take down and set up. And can you imagine, in the middle of the night, the Bible tells you in verse 21 that it was day or by night. That means, brother Benjamin, that there were some nights where the pillar of fire started moving. And it did not matter how tired you were. It did not matter what you had done that day or how long you had worked. When the fire started moving, or the cloud started moving, honey, I just started working on this and it's moving. Honey, start packing up. They went, and it wasn't just people taking care of the tabernacle. It was all a month, a year. Can you imagine? You kind of become creatures of habit. You've been there almost a year. Evidently, it had been a year at some point in this process. And they just got used to life being on. Man, 365 days. They start the new year. And boy, they're going on. All of a sudden, somebody says, the clouds are moving. And they go in the move mode. They pack it up. They get it all together. They start following. And they get out on the journey. Maybe it happens 2 or 3 days. They get out there. It settles down. They move and set up. And it's just, okay, we'll be here for a while. Let's take some hours here. We were the last place here. And 48 hours later. Think anybody right? What did you say? We just got set up. Man, I just got all this together, and now God, you're moving in. The point is, they never knew when God was going to move. But when it was taken up, the Bible said they journeyed. Which tells me somebody had to be watching the globe. Somebody had to keep one eye on the heavens. What's God doing today? I know nothing happened yesterday, but today could be the day. Yeah, I'm laying pipe and I'm hanging wallpaper and I'm hanging drywall. I know I've got stuff I got to do. I got to make a living and survive. But I got one eye on the sky. I'm able to see what God is doing. That's the way I saw it. Somebody's got to be watching while the kids are asleep. Somebody's got to be watching. Honey had a long day at work. He's exhausted. So maybe in the middle of the night, Mom's got to be up praying. Oh, Holy Ghost, I want to be sensitive when that prayer wheel starts turning. Have you ever been awake in the middle of the night as the cloud starts moving? You're tossing and turning, thinking it's pizza, and then you sit up and that urge says you need to pray. And you find a place. I'll tell you what it is. That's an eye in the clouds. You're looking for the glory of God. God, wait for the archer. Let's be sensitive today. I'm working for somebody. Some of your nights, God's been trying to wake you up. But you're too tired. God don't care how tired you are. It seems like God wakes me up and I really want to sleep. Let me tell you something. Something happens when you move when God moves. Well, you know what happens? You kind of come in there and think that sometimes you won't feel a thing. But when you move when God moves, something's happening somewhere. You may be praying for something you don't even know about, and somebody on the other side of the world could be in a situation that you don't know anything about, but the Holy Ghost spurs you to pray, and you begin to pray the Holy Ghost with groanings that cannot be uttered, and the Spirit begins to make intercession through you. I want to ask you, are you ready to move? When the Holy Ghost comes knocking on your door in the middle of the night, get out of that bed, start walking that door, pray for your family, pray for your city, pray for your Are you sensitive enough to recognize God's working on your job? I wonder how many times we've been too earthly minded that we haven't looked at heaven's point of view. Some of those, hear me, some of those conflicts on the job, some of those disruptions in the day could be the very disruption that God is trying to get you to step in that gap or that and speak to that situation. Some of the conflict to how the Spirit is moving in our lives. God, work on our discernment, work on our sensitivity. 23, at the commandment of the Lord, they rested in the tents. At the commandment of the Lord, they journeyed. They kept the charge of the Lord. At the commandment of the Lord, in the hand of Moses. So there was the moving of his presence. But notice, we read in Numbers chapter 10. Put up verses 1 through 3 again, if you don't mind, in Numbers chapter 10. Notice, it was not just the fire and the cloud. But the Bible said the Lord spake unto Moses, saying, verse number 2, make thee 2 trumpets of silver. Of a whole piece shalt thou make them, that thou mayest use them for the calling. Everybody say the calling. The calling of the assembly for the journey of the camp. Go to verse number 3. And when they shall blow with them all. Everybody shout all. Not part. Everybody shout all. All the assembly shall assemble themselves to thee at the door of the tabernacle of the congregation. He said, it may be that you get so busy in life, or you get so tired in the middle of the night, that people lose their watching in the heavens. They lose the ability to see the cloud because they're so caught up in the cares of life. So what I need you to do, I need you to make 2 trumpets. And when I start to move, you that are in charge, you priests, you take those trumpets, and when it's time to assemble, when it's time to make the journey, my presence is going to move. But when that moving takes place, there's going to be a trumpet that sounds. And when you hear the trumpet begin to sound, you assemble everybody. Everybody over you come to the door because it's time to move. Can I tell you, we better be listening to the voice of God. We better be listening when these evangelists come, when these preachers come, when the word of God comes. There's a moving in the air. And that's how we know how to do it. Some preachers preach to me. Some preach to me. Pastor talk to me. Teacher teach to me. I want to know where it comes from. This is God. He wasn't just one wind chases and storm chases. There's some people that they love all the supernatural, but there's another dimension to this thing. Cloud moving is cool, it's moving, it's supernatural, it's phenomenal. But Exodus 19:16 said, a thick cloud upon the mountain, and the voice of a trumpet, exceeding loud. This is how God moves. You need spiritual discernment. And you need spiritual sensitivity to recognize when God is moving. And Roger, I hope you are sensitive enough to recognize God is up to some things in 2021. There is a moving of the presence of God. There is a moving in the earth right now. There are doors that are opening that are blowing my mind. There are things happening, and there's negative and there's positive. It's showing me there's a lot in the spirit realm that's shaking and moving. But you don't just follow by looking at the heavens and discerning. You listen to the voice of the trumpet. Because that's how God moves. He works in our life by the moving of his presence. And by the voice of the trumpet. Sinai, cloud and trumpet. The moving of the tabernacle, cloud and trumpet. Have you ever noticed the new covenant established in Acts chapter 2? And here we have those same dimensions. Suddenly, there appeared unto them cloven tongues like that. Notice like that. Even the New Testament, we're going to move down from those Old Testament wildernesses. But even in the New Covenant, peace pageant. It was something so far beyond that all Luke could say was, it was comatose light. And it sat upon each of them. The glory of God came into that room where before it had been on the tabernacle, had been on the meeting place, and now that's the time that glory is coming down on an individual tabernacle. The world's looking out and saying, man, brother, what we must do? He said, the first thing you got to do is you got to repent and be baptized in the name. Why? Because you're becoming the tabernacle of me. And the name's got to be recorded there. But have you ever noticed? He didn't just leave it with the fire. I mean, can you imagine if we're all praying here? I mean, what would that look like? We're praying here with Isaac, and the way the Holy Ghost, everybody gets in one mind and one accord. Somebody said that's the big experience of all. They were one mind and one accord. They're all one mind and one accord, and all of a sudden, the invisible became visible. Many of you know I'm a pilot. One of the things they teach you pilots more than Austin can tell you is when the dew point and the temperature come together. He's an instructor. He can give you a better lesson than this. When they come together, that means there's the atmosphere is completely saturated. So you go to Louisiana and you feel like it's so humid. Oh my God, oh my God, it's so humid. Then you come to California, it's a dry heat. It's 115 degrees. And that seems so gigantic, but in reality, it's only about that much difference. What you're feeling in the atmosphere is that you're feeling the moisture, you're feeling the dew point, you're feeling when the atmosphere is heavy with the moisture that's in the molecules. And when the dew point and the temperature match, the invisible moisture that we sense in the human south, the invisible thing you sense but don't see, when they meet, the invisible becomes visible. It becomes rain. It becomes sleet. It becomes hail. It becomes a cloud. When the atmosphere is completely saturated, the invisible becomes visible. And the Bible said, it filled all the house. And when the house was completely saturated, they're here! The invisible became visible because it was so dense in there. The glory just saturated everyone. And then just, I mean, that would be a moment, right? I mean, I would love to be in one of those moments where the atmosphere of the office is so. I mean, I know you've been in a rain cloud or just showed up while you're flying. You had to go to eye and see conditions. I mean, you can tell us a serious story where the invisible became visible. Can you imagine being in a church service where everybody's in one mind and one and all of a sudden? And for me, that would be like, woo, that's awesome right there. Man, I can't wait to write a book about that. She said, can we get a video of that? I'll put it on YouTube. But God says, no, we're not just going to leave in the phenomenon. We're not going to leave just in divine, supernatural dimension. Because even in that Old Testament, I didn't just move with a cloud and fire. There was a trumpet. And that is why Peter stepped up. And he became the trumpet. He became the watchman on the wall. And he looked at them and said, see all this? This all of those feast days and all of those celebrations. If you take the time to look at those in their order, the Feast of Pentecost precedes the Feast of Trumpets. And there was a strange thing in the Feast of Pentecost. You go looking at those old covenants, and you go look at those old laws that are in those Old Testament passages, and when it starts talking about, you always see the leaven being removed. You ever notice that? Get rid of the leaven, get rid of the leaven, get rid of the leaven, get it out, get it out, get it out, get it out. But there's a strange statement when it comes to the Feast of Pentecost. God's word said, at Pentecost, leave a little leaven in there. Why? Because Pentecost is not enough. You need a trumpet in your life. So after you get up out of Pentecost, after you get up out of a drunken state where you get so saturated and even the invisible becomes visible and cloven tongue like the fire set upon each of them and the whole house is filled, he said, even when that's done, leave a little leaven in it because I'm going to bring a feast of trumpets because there's got to be a trumpet that begins to speak in that life. As we move forward in 2021, we're watching, we're looking, we're discerning, we're feeling after God. This year, hearing the Holy Ghost, God's going to speak to this church. Yeah, you're feeling stuff. I feel it. Anybody been feeling anything in your life? Been feeling this life just yeah. But I'm going to tell you, it's going to be more than that this year. It's going to be more than just those goosebumps. I just got sense I'm supposed to do this. I've been feeling around it's going to be more than that this year. God's going to send some trumpets to that. Kind of like this in that old building. We was in a 6-month revival. When we were out of room, we had already broken ground on the corner piece at Bradshaw and Caroline. I never heard this story, but some people have. We had spent $150,000. We had the city council come in. We broke ground. We had a plan. We promoted. We sent off thousands of balloons. And I mean, we had a big shindig party. We're breaking ground on the corner building. But the wind didn't blow. God to sense this stuff. God to sense this stuff. That revival, God started speaking behind the pulpit. Trumpets started being blown. I mean, we had been a welfare church until then. Anybody remember those days we couldn't go to youth camp without taking offers for 55 kids? Anybody remember that? We couldn't even have an age retreat without begging for money. People had money to give. It was Bernie Sanders before Bernie was Bernie. I mean, we were giving money away and raising money. We didn't have money. So we sold charities and fireworks stands. That was a disaster. is what carried this church through the 2008 financial crisis. So you got to learn to know when you sit. You got to learn when the trumpet blows. So you're watching on the TV. You're watching on the TV. But you're also listening to God's. What do you say? I got a feeling God's about to speak to some people this year. I got a feeling God's about to speak. God's up to some stuff in 21. I want my eyes in the heaven and my ear tuned to the trumpet of what God. And one of these days, there's going to be a trumpet. All that blows. And I'll be listening. And one of these moments, He will be there. I'm going to be there. As for me, 2021, my head was full. What are you doing? You know, when you do it that way, life becomes an adventure. What are you doing? It's a great big world of opportunity. At any moment, the heavens can break through and blessing can fall. When I'm listening, speaking of I serve here. Because it could be that those directives become the very source that sustains me in my future. They asked us, how in the world did y'all build a $14 million facility the year before 2008 crisis? Churches were repossessed, businesses closed. Well, there was a truth that said, don't know how to explain it. Arrow that way, buy that one. Little did we know. We could have just kept doing our thing. If we'd have been a mess about 365 days later. You see, but when you learn to watch and listen, God has a way. Is there anybody tonight that wants to work on your, if we was in the business world, I'd say sensitivity training? Is anybody that would like to say, I just want to stop tonight? And I want to get in God's presence. I want to talk to Him and let Him move into my mind. Folks, you need your mind renewed. You need your mind renewed. I'm going to tell you, you need a brainwash. Because you've been dealing with the world all week. You've been dealing with carnal family. You've been dealing with carnal friends. You've been dealing with the workforce. You've been listening to Fox, CNN, and reading the newspaper. And every day, it's a new problem. You need your brain cleaned. I do. How about you? You go get in His presence. You forget about what you got to do in an hour and a half. You just take a moment and you say, all right, work on me, Jesus. Would you wash my mind now? Would you cleanse my thoughts? Would you pour your spirit and help me to senses? I'm inviting you to just find a place to sit and give your life to God. And say, God, here I am. I'm here tonight. God, I want my mind to be clear. I want my ears to be open. He that is an ear, let him hear what the Spirit says in the church. I don't want to just have your voice. I want to hear your voice. My sheep know my voice, He said. I want to be sensitive. I want to hear your trumpet. There's going to be opportunities to play this year.
Hallelujah.